So, welcome back to Skyview. We apologize. Our internet went out, and now we're back on. It's the end of the third quarter, 28-10. Ridgeline started their own drive on their own 36 with 3:28. They've got their 9th play of the drive coming up. They had a 4th and 1. Noah White got the handoff, went off to the right side in Skyview territory and got the first down. And so we'll see as they come out. We apologize for that, and we think we're up and running again. And
yeah, we should be running better than we have been the entire game now.
We hope so. So again, Ridgeline starts the fourth quarter with a 28-10 lead. They're at the Skyview 37-yard line, 2nd and 10. For Cox and the Riverhawks. They get the ball, they pass. Cox throws clear out to the wide side of the field. It's complete. Dives for the first down. He's got it. That's a good effort there by the receiver. Can't catch his number across the field there.
Yeah, it's number 3, Will Booth, and number 3, Davis Hall on the tackle out there. It was good effort by both of them. Will Booth went up there, got it, fought for the first down. Davis Hall in space makes the tackle. A great job by both number 3s for both teams.
An 11-yard pass play for the first down. Gets it up to the 26-yard line. 10th play of the drive here for the Riverhawks. Got a receiver to each side. They turn around, they hand it off to Noah White on the right side, and he's stuck. Whew. And there's penalty markers all over. The tackle by Reed Wild, but a receiver might have been jumping out here to the outside because the line judge here made the call. Let's see what the call is. It was a short gain, if anything, on that first down play. Personal foul, face mask on offense. So a face mask on the Riverhawks. That was, I think, away from the play, too, because it was thrown by the line judge. So 15-yarder, that's a big penalty.
Okay, John, I'm getting some responses. It sounds like our stream's better than it's been all game now. So,
all right. So, 1st and long for the Riverhawks back at the Skyview 41. They take the snap, fake the handoff. Cox to throw. He's got a man out there. Incomplete.
He was going for Strat deep. Strat's thinking he got held up a little bit on the play, but man, what a shot by Cox and Strat. Simmons, he had a step there. He had Sundstrom in coverage, and he was working him down the field.
So 28-10 Ridgeline.
That's a real near miss there for the Bobcat defense.
So we'll bring up a 2nd and long, 2nd and 25, 11-16 in the game, 28-10 Ridgeline. They're at the Skyview 41. They have the lead and the ball. Noah White behind Cox, takes a snap. He's going to fake it to the running back, and he throws deep again, and it is incomplete down the sideline, and some pushing after the play there.
Yeah, into double coverage as well, taking a shot down the field.
The official goes and talks to the players, but another incomplete pass.
Yeah, Izzy Torres was getting, him and Levi Painter were having some words there, little O-line, D-line conversation, talking about where they're going to go eat afterwards. They're probably going to pick McDonald's, who is the sponsor of the player of our game.
That's right. That's where I'd go for, for a double cheeseburger is what I could use. So anyway, 3rd down and long for the Riverhawks. White out of the backfield in motion. Back to pass, still time for Cox. He throws over the middle. Noah White turned his head. Wouldn't have been a big gain. He had a guy on him, and he drops the pass. I'll bring up 4th and long. So they tried 2 deep passes. I shouldn't say that and just assume Noah White's going to get tackled. He's such a good back speedy back that he could have gotten away down the sideline.
Absolutely right.
Take that back. So back to punt. We're not sure. We think it's Strat Simmons. But
well, it wasn't pregame, but Caden Cox is back there, so they're going to go up and just run some offense now, it looks like, or maybe a little pooch punt.
It's got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left on 4th and long. Cox is back, and he does just pooch it away. They let it bounce.
Great punt.
Down inside the 10, down to the 5, I believe.
Yeah, I can't see that.
So it's down to the 4. Yep, it's down to the 4-yard line and downed. So a good punt there. So Skyview will take over, but they're pinned at their own 4-yard line, trailing 28-10. 10:58 into the game.
Yeah, Skyview's got to come out here and just do something. They got to put some points on the board, right, John? I mean, you got to come out. You got to respond. Okay, defense held. They finally did. They did their job here. Not finally. They did their job here. I feel like they've done great against this high-powered offense. But come out here, drive the ball down the field, get some points on the board.
So Zollinger stands in his own end zone. 1st and 10. The ball is at their own 4. Takes the snap, hands it off, gets past one defender, and then he's cut in half at the 5. That's Moser. So short gain of 1.
So they got Zollinger coming off. I thought they were maybe thinking about doing a little wildcat or something here, but Zollinger was just coming off to get the play. He wasn't actually coming off the field.
So he went to the sideline to get the play on 2nd down. Ball's on the left hash, the west side of the field. 2nd down and 9 for the Bobcats at their own 5. Zollinger in shotgun, running back on his right hip. He's back to pass. He throws complete to Sundstrom near the 10. Fights his way now out of bounds at the 10. So a 5-yard play will bring up a 3rd down on the little out route.
Yeah, Sundstrom just came back, made a nice play there, and you got to give Dylan Mason credit because he was right there after Sundstrom catches the ball. May's just there and able to push Sundstrom out of bounds on the play.
3rd down and 4. Clock runs under 10 minutes to go in the game. 28-10. 3rd down and 4 for the Bobcats.
Got to convert a 1st down here, John, even if nothing else, just to give you some room to punt.
1st down is at the 14. Zollinger has 3 men to the right. Now empty backfield. He's back to pass. He throws. Oh, that's a cheap shot.
That's a low shot.
That's a cheap shot, big time by Ridgeline. What a cheap shot. They hit him below the knees.
Coach Howell is furious.
Hot,
How are the refs not throwing a flag?
That's a dirty play. As he went, you could see the player for Ridgeline, number 3, Will Booth, went right for his knees. That's a total cheap shot.
Didn't need to either. He's untouched, blitzing off the backside there. He did not have to make that play, but Will Booth just took a shot at Zollinger's legs. Absolutely unnecessary play there by the Ridgeline defender.
I don't know why that's not a penalty.
In no way, shape, or form can you ever hit a quarterback that low. And
well, he did it. You could see him dip his head. He totally did it on purpose.
Absolutely.
He could have hit him from the blind side, but he went for his knees.
He was standing up straight and went down low on purpose. And that's the issue that we're having with this play right now. Not just as Skyview broadcasters, as football fans in general. If that happens to the Riverhawks quarterback, I'm just as upset as I am right now with that happening to the Skyview quarterback.
So a low shot there by Will Booth as he took out Zollinger, as they attend to Zollinger on that cheap shot. I'll call it like it is. 28-10, Ridgeline leads with 9:21.
There was not even a single penalty flag, was there?
No, there's not a penalty flag. They didn't call anything.
I don't understand how there's not a flag on the play. Zollinger is standing up.
That's good to see. Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning. You can now schedule your service call on advancedheating-ac.com. Looking for a new gas fireplace? Advanced Fireplace and Stove in Logan has what you need. Call 752-7272. Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning brings you this broadcast here on 104.5 The Ranch, also 106.9 FM The Fan.
I'm going to have a hard time shaking the fact that there's not a penalty flag, John. That's going to linger with me for the rest of the night.
9:21 on the clock. Skyview going to punt from their own end zone. Strat Simmons to receive for Ridgeline at their own 45.
Now, this is danger when you put a kid like Strat back there on his own side of the field.
The punt is away. They angle it away. It takes a good Skyview bounce, and it will go right out of bounds at midfield. We'll see where they spot it. If they do, right at the 50, it looks like.
Yeah, it's a smart punt there by Davis Hall. Angle it away from Strat Simmons. Let the defense come out here and do their job.
So they start at the 50. 9:14 on the clock. It's 1st and 10, Ridgeline. They lead 28-10 right at midfield with 9:14. The Riverhawks trying to end a 3-year reign by Skyview of not losing a region game. Cox takes the snap, hands off to White. He busts out right side, and he's flags all over. It's going to be a face mask and then shoved out of bounds by Skyview.
Yeah, Reed Wild ends up coming over and cleaning it up. But yeah, it will be a face mask penalty. Though it was minor, it was a face mask.
Well, they pointed towards Ridgeline. The referee did. I think he just pointed the wrong way. It looked like a face mask from here. Yeah, it's got to be on Skyview. That's all the flags came out on the tackle.
That he pointed the wrong direction though after missing that shot that Zollinger took.
Well, let's see what they call. He pointed the wrong way. They still haven't moved the ball.
Oh, they're
face
calling
mask.
A hold.
Oh, a hold.
And a face mask.
A face mask. So
offset.
there was two. We saw the two flags come out. We just thought that they all called the face mask, but there was a hold and a face mask. They'll offset, so it'll be 1st and 10 again from midfield. 9:08 on the clock, 28-10. So when they tackled Noah White, they had a face mask on Skyview, and they called it a hold on the outside on Ridgeline as well. So offsetting penalties, 1st and 10. Cox back to pass. He throws it out to Noah White, and then a penalty marker down, and they hit Cox late, and then some pushing and shoving as Skyview's retaliating against Cox, the quarterback, as they did the same thing to Skyview, but Skyview's going to get the penalty here.
You can't do that though. You gotta be able to carry yourself a little better than that if you're the Skyview defense. And I have to acknowledge the stiff arm that Noah White threw on Carson Dunkley on the far sideline. That was a huge stiff arm.
So you don't want to get this game out of hand, but it looks like both teams are losing their cool. The refs got to get
a hold of this. They have to protect these kids. They have to protect these kids, and they have to do that by calling penalties.
Yeah, but you know that's going to happen. They didn't protect Zollinger, and so Skyview was going to retaliate, and they did. I mean, it's not from the coaches of Skyview. It's from the players because they don't want to see one of their teammates get knocked down like that.
You know you're upset seeing your teammate take a shot. You got to maintain your composure if you're Skyview because, I mean, look what just happened, John. Now the ball marches clear down the field for Ridgeline. And we've mentioned it countless times just how high-powered this offense is. You give them a short field like this, and you're really asking for trouble.
So it's at the 34 of Skyview after the penalty. We don't want to see anyone get hurt. Cox back in shotgun. He's going to hand it off to White. Makes a good jump cut to the left side. Pulls over a Skyview defender, and then he gets pummeled out of bounds right on that Ridgeline sideline.
Is just so physical. He's so very physical as a running back. He's almost seeking contact every time he gets out to the edge.
So no gain, I believe. He got bumped out. They're going to give him maybe 2 yards. It might have broke the chain there. Outside the chain gang.
Oh, yeah, the chain gang's going to have to fix that.
So they got to stop the clock as the chain got snapped when he got pushed into it with 8:15 left in the game. 28-10 Ridgeline. I think they've got it ready now. We'll wait for the whistle for play. So it'll be 2nd down. It'll be 1 yard, so 2nd down and 9. Cox takes the snap, hands off to White, left side. And he's wrapped up and taken down for another 1 yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Yeah, nice play there by Truman. Moser coming up and making the tackle on Noah White, which, as we've seen on the last few plays, is not an easy task. Noah's just been seeking out contact, and Moser gave him some on that play.
So 3rd and 8, another 1 yard gain. 7:40 on the clock. It's at the 33 of Skyview. 28-10 Ridgeline. Again, they'll be snapping Skyview's 3-year reign of not losing a region game.
One of my favorite things of this game, John, has been watching Kimball Jackson do the defensive signals to his teammates.
Yeah, he's out for another game. He missed last week as well. Hoping to get him back for Skyview next week. Shotgun for Cox on 3rd down. He's still back to pass. He throws it complete wide open. Is Olsen down the sideline. Gets bumped out of bounds at the 15, but
just
a
blown
big
coverage.
3rd down and 8 from the 33 to the 15, 18-yard play on the pass.
Yeah, it just looked like blown coverage on the play, John. I mean, not a Skyview defender anywhere within the pitcher there, as Will Booth was able to take that thing down the field.
So Clock continues to run. No, it stopped at 7:07 as he got out of bounds at the 15, 1st and 10. On that left hash, he takes the snap, handoff, and Skyview hits him in the backfield.
That's Truman Moser, I believe, that came up and made that play.
Noah White gets hit for a 1-yard loss on the blitz there. Truman from his linebacker position.
Whew, what a hit. That's how you play some defense right there, John.
So clock will run. Under 7 minutes to go in the game. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Ball is back at the 16-yard line for Cox. He's back to pass. He throws. It's incomplete behind Simmons as he pulled it down and then threw it quickly.
He had to kind of change the angle of the throw because Connor Dean, the defensive lineman, jumped up, got his hands up in the air, and kind of altered Cox's throwing motion on that play.
Yeah, Cox is such a good quarterback. That's what you got to do. If you can't get to him, you got to get your hands up and just change the angle of the throw.
Absolutely.
So a 3rd down and 11 for the Riverhawks. They lead 28-10 in the 4th quarter with 6:26. And now a timeout by Ridgeline. We'll take a break and come back after this.
Sack lunch, picnic lunch, business lunch. There's nothing better or more satisfying than the lunch special at Old Grist Mill. It's lunch the way Mother Nature intended. All natural bread, the perfect amount of meat, veggies to your liking. And then it only gets better with your choice of a fresh-baked cookie, chips, and drink. You know what we're talking about, that famous Old Grist Mill lunch special. Get your made-to-order special at the South Logan, and now Smithville locations. Old Grist Mill, here for you.
Welcome back to Skyview High School. 28-10, Ridgeline with the lead. And it's 6:26 left in the game. Skyview trails 28-10. So big 3rd down and 11 for the Riverhawks. If they don't get the 1st down, Rex, they're probably in Young's field goal range, I would assume.
Yeah, I would think so too.
So Cox in shotgun after the timeout, trying to draw Skyview offside and see if their Bobcat defense is blitzing. Cox still barking out the signals. Now he moves the running back to his left hip. That's White. Takes the snap on 3rd down. The blitz is on. Cox up the middle. Breaks away from a tackle. Another one. He's out to the outside, and he stumbles and falls. So Skyview gets him down for a sack.
That's a good play by Reed Wild. That was really good pursuit, chasing down Cox over on the far sideline.
I think he lost a yard. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's right there close.
Yeah, so we'll give him no gain. So we'll bring up 4th down, 28-10. Ridgeline leads. Clock continues to roll at 5:55 on the 4th quarter clock. Cox went to the sideline to get the play call. Now he walks back in. There wasn't really a huddle there.
I would think they'd be within Young's range, but
yeah, you're looking probably about a 34, 35-yarder from the left hash, but they're going to go for it. 4th and about 12. They got to get down to the 6. Cox back to pass. Still looking. He throws behind the receiver, but did he catch it? I think he did.
What a catch by Strat Simmons. Oh, my goodness. One-handed he got that thing.
Inside the 5. Yeah, it was behind him. He just put out his left paw and caught it.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a great catch.
Caden Cox missed on that throw, and Strat Simmons went and made a play on it. What a play by Strat.
So a 13-yard pass play to the 4. 9th play of the drive that started at the 50-yard line.
That might be one of Caden's worst throws of the night, and it's still a completion.
So 1st and goal, Ridgeline. Cox takes it. He's going to hand it off to White, and he's tackled from behind. That's Reed Wild in the backfield. Nope, not Reed Wild, Watterson.
Yeah, Watterson just came on a blitz on that play and made the play for the Bobcats.
2-yard loss, so it'll be 2nd and goal at the 6. Clock continues to run. Ridgeline with the lead, 28-10, 4:39 on the clock. 2 receivers to the short side of the field for Cox. Now he moves White to his left hip, takes the snap on 2nd and goal, fakes the handoff. Cox has got a lot of room around the outside, goes for the end zone. I think he dives in.
Yeah,
and he does. So from 6 yards out, Caden Cox is in to extend the Ridgeline lead.
Savvy play by Caden Cox, running down the sideline, knowing exactly where he had to be to get the ball across the pylon, and he was able to do it there for the Riverhawks to give them an even bigger lead in this game.
Yeah, 34-10 with 4:22 on the clock. So Young in for the extra point.
You would assume that we're going to see Thatcher coming in at quarterback for the Bobcats.
We'll see. So Olsen, the holder. Snap is back, hold is down. Young's kick is on the way, and it is good. So with 4:22, it's 35-10. Ridgeline with the lead. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
Insurance and retirement services, let us guide you.
Do you have retirement questions about financial planning and investing, Medicare, estate planning, or complex tax strategies? Jessup Insurance can answer those questions. Let Jessup Insurance guide you into a better retirement. Call Jessup Insurance 435-213-3200 or Google Jessup Insurance.
Jessup Insurance and retirement services, let us guide you.
35-10 for the Riverhawks after the 6-yard scamper by Caden Cox. And they extend the lead over Skyview. What a drive by the Riverhawks. They convert that drive. And they extend the lead 35-10 over the Bobcats. So basically it's right on, almost on their averages. They're only allowing 11 points, and their Ridgeline scores 39 points per game. That's why they're the #1 offense and defense in 4A. Deep kick down to the 5. It's returnable to the 10, the 15, the 20 for Skyview. Breaks free to the 30, the 35. Watterson breaks free to the 40. A good return. Skyview's had some good returns, but they just can't.
Spark. He's been a spark on special teams, and he's been a spark on defense as well. You got to give Watterson a lot of credit. The kid has come out here and played tough today. And look at that senior quarterback, Garrett Zollinger, going into the huddle, even though he's injured, out there talking his guys up.
So from his own 42, the Skyview Bobcats take over with 4:14 left in the game, as Skyview will take a loss in region and go to 1-1, and the Riverhawks go to 2-0. They run a player on late.
Yeah, that's Brighton Williams coming on late. So Thatcher is in at quarterback.
For the Bobcats, got a running back on his left hip. Thatcher back to pass. He looks, he throws, incomplete.
Yeah, I think that was an intentional incompletion there by Thatcher. He just rocketed that thing at the feet of Sundstrom.
Didn't want to turn it over, and the pocket started collapsing.
Right.
So the ball is at their own 42. 4:10 left in the game. 2nd down and 10.
This is a good chance, too, to get a look at Thatcher, just see what he can do. I mean, obviously, he's a sophomore quarterback. This kid has a chance, you know, to be the dude next year.
2 receivers to each side. Ball's on the left hash. Kind of fumbles the snap. He throws it. It is incomplete. A little too far outside. Good coverage there for the Riverhawks, trying to hit Sundstrom at midfield.
Yeah, you wonder what that would have looked like without the bobble. He still was able to throw it with enough heat out there to make it somewhat catchable for Sundstrom, but got to go credit to number 14, Dylan May. He had really good coverage on the play for the Riverhawks.
So it brings up 3rd and 10.
You really don't want to go 3 and out here either. After that good return, you got that momentum and everything.
So 3rd and 10, Thatcher, he takes it, he's rolling right. Will Booth chasing him down. He's hit as he throws. It's complete near midfield, or incomplete.
Yeah, it hit number 9 for Skyview, Jackson Foster, in the hand. He just wasn't quite able to bring it into his body.
So Will Booth was the man chasing him down from behind, and Thatcher was hit from someone that came right up the middle too and knocked him down as he threw the ball. So it'll bring up 4th down, Skyview punting it away. It's Davis Hall back there, and Strat Simmons standing at his own 29.
See if they can angle this thing away from Strat.
They've done it all night. Clock at 4:03 left in the game. 35-10, Ridgeline up. Nice snap. It's kicked away by Hall. He gets a good boot into it. And it rolls all the way down and out of bounds at the 10. It landed about the 20-yard line and rolls out at the 10. So nice punt by Skyview.
Yeah, really nice punt.
So Ridgeline will take over at the 10 with the clock at 3:55.
Worth mentioning, John, for the Skyview faithful, Zollinger is up walking around after taking that shot to the legs. He's just got ice on it, and we definitely won't see him the rest of the game, though.
Well, Cox is still back in there, it looks like, for Ridgeline.
Yeah, you wonder
they're at their 10, first and 10.
how long he'll be in.
Actually, the ball's at about the 8. They hand it off up the middle. That was not
6. It's Layden Kimball.
So
Landon Kimball.
Landon Kimball up the middle. Got up from the 8-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 11. 3-yard run up the middle.
Yeah, nice chance here to see Landon Kimball carry the rock a few times. I imagine they're going to give Noah White a break for the rest of the night and just let Caden stay in there long enough to hand it off.
Clock down under 3:20 left in the game, 35-10. Kimball, the running back, he takes the handoff. He's going left side, got some blocks. He's bursting outside, puts his hand down in the turf and tries to get up near the 15. Depends on the spot.
I think he's just a little short there. Yeah, he's about 3 yards short.
Yeah, so 4-yard gain. So back-to-back rushes for Landon. Clock continues to roll to 2:45. It's 3rd and 3. Ball is back at their own 15 for Ridgeline. They're going to go to 2-0 in Region 11 and 6-0 overall, the number 1 team in 4A. Caden Cox handoff up the middle. Skyview stacks him up. No gain. And it'll bring up a 4th down.
I think Spackman and Moser were in there on the tackle there for the Bobcats. And so pretty conservative approach there by Ridgeline. You would think you won't see, if they get a chance to get the ball back, you don't think you would see Caden Cox come out again. I actually didn't think he'd be out on that drive.
Well, clock down to 2:05. It looks like they're going to punt on 4th and about 3 at their own 15. Skyview sends Davis Hall back to midfield to return the punt. And is that the punter? Is that Simmons back there at the goal line?
Yeah.
So Strat Simmons back to punt for Ridgeline. And now the clock is stopped, a whistle, and it's going to be a timeout with 1:45 to play on 4th and 3 by the Ridgeline. We'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this.
In the market for exterior building supplies, you should always go with a company you trust. Coldwater Stone in Tremonton, a division of Castellite in Logan, is a company you trust. Coldwater Stone specializes in cutting and shaping beautiful natural stone into thin veneers that can be used on wall surfaces, walkways, and more. Coldwater Stone in Tremonton has quickly become the industry leader for natural stone products. Stop into the Tremonton facility or see samples at Castellite in Logan. More information at www.coldwaterstone.com.
Coldwater Stone, a natural choice for all your stone needs.
So 35-10, a 4th down and 3 for Ridge. Clock to 1:45. They'll be punting away, we believe, on 4th and 3 from their own 15. Again, they'll move to 6-0 Ridgeline, proving why they're the number 1 team in 4A as they get the punt away. It's a high one, it's short, bounces at the 40 and will take a Ridgeline bounce and go all the way into Skyview territory at the 43-yard line of Skyview. That's where they'll take over now with 1:32 on the clock. So Skyview from their own 43.
I kind of hope we see Thatcher just keep letting it loose. I kind of want to just see him keep throwing the ball. He's got a lot of zip on it when he's chucking it, so be interesting to see if he's able to just go out there and still be throwing that thing.
So Skyview's still on the sideline. Again, Skyview, as we mentioned earlier, they will be at Logan and at Mountain Crest the next 2 weeks. And Ridgeline will have Mountain Crest and Bear River their next 2 games. So 3 receivers to the right on 1st and 10 for Thatcher. Takes a snap. He's going to hand it off. Gets some blocks, and up to the left side was Brevin Egbert.
Yeah, nice carry there by Brevin Egbert. Good job by the offensive line, giving him a hole to run through there for the Bobcats.
So a 5-yard gain for Skyview. Some positives for Skyview. Ridgeline just seems to, like if you're Ridgeline, it's just clicking away like just another game for them.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, they're the cream of the crop in 4A. We're seeing it here tonight.
Well, we knew it coming into the game, and they proved it. 1 minute left in the game, 35-10. Ridgeline with the lead. 2nd and 5 for the Bobcats. Thatcher back to pass, still looking. Pocket breaks down. He's hit as he throws, incomplete. As he was looking to the right side for the Skyview receiver, that's Brighton Williams.
Yeah, Brighton Williams there over in the flat, and just man, Thatcher ended up getting thumped on that throw.
So 3rd and 5, clock stopped on the incompletion with 47.6 seconds.
Some defensive linemen checking in for the Riverhawks, number 60, Sam Whelan, and 77, Tate Bernhardt.
3rd and 5, Thatcher in shotgun takes it. Hands off to Egbert. It's across the 50 to the 45 to the 40 before he's taken down. They're going to say 41 of Ridgeline. So an 11-yard gain for the first down for Egbert.
Trey Purser also checking in on the defensive line for the Riverhawks.
They set the clock. It's under 30 seconds left at the 41 of Ridgeline. 1st and 10 Skyview. 3 receivers to the left. For Thatcher, he's going to hand it off. Egbert tries to get outside, and he does. Spins inside the 40, but the clock is under 10 seconds, and that should do it for the game. And Ridgeline, after 3 years, someone in region had to knock off Skyview, and they finally did it. So that's the final after that rushing play. Ridgeline wins 35-10 over the Skyview Bobcats. We're going to take a break and come back with our post-game show right after this.
To stock up on oil and filters. It's the Fall Napa Gold Filter Sale at all 5 Cache Valley Napa Auto Parts stores. Napa Synthetic Blend Oil, $1.99 a quart. Seafoam Fuel Additive, $5.99 a can. Napa 15W40, $9.99 a gallon. Chevron Delo 15W40, $11.99 a gallon. These specials and a whole lot more during the Napa Gold Filter Sale now through September 15th at your 5 locally owned Preston to Providence Napa Auto Parts stores.
Napa know-how. Napa know-how.
It's back to school time. You're getting the clothes and the supplies, but don't forget the haircut. The students at New Horizons Beauty College are trained in all the latest trends and techniques. Plus, New Horizons has great prices on the products to help you maintain that new look, like Redken, Matrix, Biolage, and Bricado. All services performed by students and closely supervised by licensed instructors. Oh, hey, they're also enrolling for fall classes right now. Create your own individuality at New Horizons Beauty College in Logan.
At Cache Valley Auto Care, you'll find all the expertise you need to take care of your car, from advanced diagnostics and major repairs to oil changes, tires, brakes, and maintenance. You can count on Cache Valley Auto Care to tell you what needs fixing now and what stuff can wait. So whether your check engine light just went on or it's time for an oil change, now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care. Because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's are proud to support local high school athletics and wish all the local teams the best of luck this season. Your local McDonald's is hiring. Work for McDonald's and let McDonald's work for you. Enjoy flexible hours, tuition reimbursement for continuing education, plus meals and other perks. Management positions are available. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com today.
That's careers.mcdonalds.com.
Or apply in person. McDonald's and its franchisees are equal opportunity employers committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
This is Judd with ARS Flood and Fire Cleanup. It's late at night, the weekend or a holiday. You've just discovered your basement is flooded. Where are you going to find help right now? At ARS, we can take your call 24 hours a day, and when these disasters happen, we can have a flood team to your home within 30 minutes. We are also the insurance claim experts. When disaster overwhelms you, let ARS restore your peace of mind. Call 753-9600 or go to our website at arscleanup.com.
Thank you for voting Adams Wealth Advisors the gold winner for Best Financial Planner in the Best of Northern Utah competition. Understanding your family, jobs, and goals is how Adams Wealth Advisors will continue to earn your trust.
This is Craig Adams. At Adams Wealth Advisors, we are here to help you receive peace of mind whether you've done a lot of planning or a little planning. Count on our team at Adams Wealth Advisors for honesty, professionalism, and integrity.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today. Please see adamswealthadvisors.com for more information on these recent awards.
Your business has weathered the storms of change. Your employees have adapted to work from, well, anywhere. And you deserve an office technology partner that helps make your hybrid office the very best it can be. You deserve the latest laptops and desktops, the very best printers and copiers, the most robust network. You've gotten back to business. Now get back to greatness with Les Olson Company. Find out more at lesolson.com.
Les Olson Company.
When it's important to make an impression, call on the Logo Shop. They specialize in designing and customizing your logo onto t-shirts, golf shirts, jackets, and hats. Your logo will look great on name brand apparel from Nike, Travis Mathew, OGIO, North Face, Under Armour, and Carhartt. The Logo Shop can put your logo on literally thousands of items: pens, water bottles, mugs, travel accessories, outdoor gear like Yeti coolers. Call on the Logo Shop and check out the possibilities.
The Logo Shop, the logo stuff, the Logo Shop.
Welcome back to Skyview High School. It's 35-10, Ridgeline with the convincing victory over the Bobcats. And like we talked about, Rex, really that 35-10 win, that's right basically where Ridgeline has been all season. They're the number one in 4A in scoring at 39.6 points per game, so a little bit low, but really 35 points, and you only give up 10, and you were only allowing 11 points per contest. So Ridgeline came in. We knew that it would be a tough task. Skyview had to play their best game to take care of the Riverhawks.
Yeah.
And Skyview just made too many mistakes. When they had opportunities with short fields, they couldn't capitalize, and you've got to give Ridgeline credit because of their defense.
Right, absolutely. And we are going to be joined by Coach Howell. We're going to try to maneuver this camera and stuff here so that we are tight up here in the booth today, but we do have Coach Howell joining us for our post-game show now.
Let's see if I can untangle this cord. Yeah. Do you got the volume up on his?
Yep. We're good to go.
Coach Howell, 35-10, Ridgeline with the victory. You guys came into this with some momentum. I thought your guys played really tough and showed why you're the defending champs, but Ridgeline, that's a good team.
Yeah, they're a really good team. They're a complete team right now. I feel like they did a great job up front. I think it started with that. They established a run early, and then it forced us to bring some more guys into the box and try and pressure them a little bit. And then we didn't put any pressure on Caden. He was able to sit back there and just kind of throw the ball around. But I did feel like our kids continued to play hard and did some good things. I thought our offense did some good things. It just, kind of drives just stalled out. You make a mistake, get a holding call, whatever. Those detailed things that we talk about all the time that really hurt us.
Yeah, your defense came to play. They did create a turnover, and we talked about the short field that your team had, but they just couldn't consistently put drives together to cut into that deficit that you had.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have to give credit to them for being able to stop those types of drives. And to me, that's the difference between their defense and our defense right now is, we got some stops, especially in the second half, and got them in some third downs and just weren't able to get off the field. And, their team was able to get off the field. So they made more plays than we did tonight.
Well, Coach, you've seen some tough teams all preseason and of course, Ridgeline tonight. Going forward, you've got a couple of games on the road now. You've got Logan coming up next. And so what do you know about Logan, and what do you got to do to go on the road here?
I honestly I had to ask Coach Walker who we played next week yesterday because, I try to just stay focused on the opponent that we have, and we'll worry about Logan tomorrow. They're good. I do know that they've had a good year so far. They have some really good players. The quarterback's having a great year. But I'm a lot more concerned, honestly, about things we do than the things that the opponents are doing right now. We have to get better in some critical situations, and we're just not right now.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time. We'll let you get down and then get back with the team and talk to them. But we appreciate you coming up and giving us a few comments.
Thank you. Awesome crowd tonight. It was such a fun environment. Certainly appreciative of our supporters. So thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
So again, Ridgeline with the victory, 35-10 over the Bobcats. We knew, like we said, it had to be a near perfect game for the Bobcats, Rex, and they just couldn't pull it off there. At homecoming. This program, 2 state titles in a row. They haven't lost a region game. I think it's been like 22 straight games in region they hadn't lost. I know it's covered a span of 3 years, but tonight they ran into a buzzsaw. I mean, this Ridgeline team, they've been doing this to everyone that they've played.
Yeah, and I think this game and this outcome's been a little while coming, right? Like
sure.
Ridgeline's been licking their chops over this. They've been wanting this moment. They know, like we know, that they've never scored a point in Smithfield.
Yeah.
And they sure did tonight.
Yeah.
Skyview came out here. I'm pretty happy with the performance Skyview put on. I feel like they fought tough. I feel like Skyview's a young team, much like Ridgeline was a couple years ago.
Yep.
They were a young team, right? Now they're led by the senior cast. I think this Skyview team came out here. They fought hard. They did pretty well. All things considered. It's like Coach said, it was just detail things that they didn't connect on. And I think that comes with time and experience.
Yeah, well, and Ridgeline, they're such a well-oiled machine. And when you have the best quarterback in the state.
I think he is.
Then,
find me a better one.
I mean, if you have the best quarterback, you're going to win a lot of games because look at Skyview. Cason Carlson, the last couple of years, they won 2 state championships, and he was undefeated as a quarterback.
Absolutely.
Caden Cox and the Ridgeline Riverhawks, as far as I'm concerned, there's no one down south that's going to beat them.
I don't think so. I think Ridgeline finishes this season undefeated.
Yep.
I don't see a way where they end up stumbling in this game.
No.
Or excuse me, in this season.
Yeah. So you're going to have back-to-back state championships, in our opinion. We know Skyview won it last year.
Right.
But we believe that and they went undefeated. We believe that Ridgeline will this season as well. So for Ridgeline, they face Mountain Crest next week, and Dave Simmons told us that game is in Millville. It's homecoming for the Riverhawks next week. Skyview, their homecoming. They had all the parade and all the activities this week for the students. And unfortunately, the game, they don't win it. It's been a while since they haven't won a homecoming game, but Ridgeline was the better team tonight, and they were victorious 35-10. So we've got our final stats, and we got to come up with a player of the game for each team.
Yeah, and
so we might have to take another break just to think about that.
Maybe I'll let you think about the bread and butter play
that.
of the game for a minute, too, and I'll go over these stats that are brought to you by Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning. You can now schedule your service call on advancedheating-ac.com. Looking for a new gas fireplace? Advanced Fireplace and Stove in Logan has what you need. Call 752-7272. Final stats, again, these are unofficial, but we want to thank Adam Sherwood for coming up. Davis Hall kind of leading the way for the Bobcats. He had 8 catches for 68 yards. He was averaging 8.5 a catch. Rushing the ball, Garrett Zollinger had 12 carries for 43 yards. Reed Wild, 5 for 21. Truman Moser, 7 for 19. Cole Watterson had the 1 carry for 10. Brevin Egbert, 2 carries for 13 yards. Now, over on the Riverhawks side of things, a lot flashier numbers. Noah White, 27 carries, 152 yards. Caden Cox had 35 on the ground. Caden Cox passing had a 76% completion percentage. He was 16 of 21 for 203 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He did have 1 fumble, however, though. Jackson Olson had 2 catches for 71. Strat Simmons had 6 for 58. Will Booth had 6 for 57. Strat had a touchdown. Let's see. Jackson Olson had a touchdown, as well as Peyton Knowles. And Peyton Knowles' touchdown might have been the most impressive to me. That was the jump ball. It looked like an alley-oop, and he just skied up there and grabbed that thing. Huge play there by Peyton Knowles for the Riverhawks. So now we just need to go with our players of the game. going to be hard to not give it to Noah White for the Riverhawks for me.
That's what I'm kind of leaning towards too. I'm checking with Dave Simmons, and Dave is saying he wants to know how many yards Caden Cox
He threw for 203.
203.
So, yeah, with 3 touchdowns and no interceptions, which I think is important because he has 18-1 coming into the season. So now he's at 21-1. He's thrown 20 more touchdowns than interceptions.
Yeah, and that's
what you
impressive.
want.
Well, you want your signal caller to do that as a senior. For Skyview, this is, we're deciding on the player of the game. You think of one for Skyview, too.
I've already got him picked out.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with this. We'll read this. The Old Grits Mill Bread and Butter Play of the Game. It's your chance to win 4 loaves of bread from the Old Grits Mill. If you listen to the Full Court Press on 106.9 FM, 1390 AM, The Fan, from 4 to 6 on Monday, and Ajay Salveson and Eric Franson, they'll call out the Bread and Butter Play of the Game. If you can call in and tell them what that play was, then you can win 4 loaves of bread from the Old Grist Mill. We're going to give the Bread and Butter Play of the Game for Skyview. It will be the Skyview fumble recovery, the first drive for Ridgeline. They got the ball. They came down. It looked like they were going to score early, but on the 7th play of the drive, Skyview forced a fumble, and Truman Moser recovered the fumble with 8:57 in the first quarter. That will be our Old Gristmill Bread and Butter Play of the Game. So make sure you listen to the Full Court Press on Monday and call in when Ajay and Eric ask for the Bread and Butter Play of the Game, and you can win 4 loaves of bread. It's the Truman Moser fumble recovery for Skyview on that first drive. They just couldn't cash in and had to punt as they went 3 and out the next their first possession there after the fumble recovery.
Okay, and so I think let's do this. Okay, so I'm reading Dave's conversation as it's popping up there.
Yeah.
He's making a good argument. So Noah White has secured the McDonald's Player of the Game a couple times on this season. Caden Cox finished with, let's see, I just lost
you said
it.
203
he had
yards
203
passing.
yards passing. He had 3 touchdowns, and one point that Dave just brought up too is Caden had that rushing touchdown as well, right? So the kid accounted for 4 touchdowns on the night. Hasn't won McDonald's Player of the Game just yet, so why not give it to the guy that's got 21-1 touchdown INT ratio? Caden Cox will be our McDonald's Player of the Game for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. And as far as the Skyview Bobcats go, John, now this is still open for conversation. To me, it's Davis Hall. Davis Hall was just an absolute spark. Anytime he got the ball in his hands, he was making something happen. He also made some tackles on the defensive side of the ball. So that's who I would like to nominate for McDonald's Player of the Game.
What about Reed Wild? It seemed like defensively.
I know.
But who did we give it to? Let's
Reed
check.
Wild has won the Player of the Game before.
Well,
because I feel like Reed Wild's in on every tackle, right?
Well, yeah, but we gave it to him in the Mountain Ridge game. So, we haven't given it to Davis Hall. So, we'll give it to Davis Hall. But Reed Wild is who set the tone defensively.
Absolutely.
And like we both feel like, Skyview played a good game. I felt like they were focused. They played good. They just couldn't cash in and be consistent on offense. But defensively, I've really felt like they did good against Ridgeline. It's not like Ridgeline doesn't do this to any other team. So, Skyview, I thought, did an okay job. They just came up on the short end against the number 1 team in the state in 4A, and they're in the top 10 of the top 25 and in any classification. So,
absolutely,
a great win for the Riverhawks, 35-10. So that's going to do it for us tonight. We want to thank Dave Simmons, who gave us his perspective he's the voice of the Riverhawks. Him and Nick Zollinger always on 104.5 FM. The Ranch, you can listen to their broadcast the next couple weeks as they are back at home. For Eric Franson helping us in studio as we had some technical difficulties. Will Wheelwright keeping us on the air. Kevin, our engineer, I don't even know his last name. Kevin Anderson. That's right. I was like, I don't even know his last name. It just says engineer in my phone, but we want to thank him and want to thank everyone listening tonight, whether you were listening on 104.5 FM The Ranch, on 1390 AM, 106.9 FM The Fan, or if you were watching on CashValleyDaily.com, and you can always go back and watch these games on CashValleyDaily.com. So we thank you for listening. For Rex Davis, myself, John Newbold, have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next week as Skyview will be at Logan. So I guess we won't be on there, but the game will be broadcast by Al Lewis. Yeah. He'll have that on The Fan, and so thank you for listening. Have a great weekend, everybody.